Yes.
I get a reverse mortgage, I'm going to lose my home.
No. A reverse mortgage is no different than any other loan. In fact, it's very difficult to lose your home on a reverse mortgage because there aren't any payments. You're not making any payments to anybody.
No payment. Well, welcome to the fun and mentals of real estate. We are going to dig into a topic today, and I'm not sure you're going to have a lot of fun. So, Glenn, I really do think it's up to you to be the funny man today. Because,
I'll try.
Oh my gosh. So we are going to get into the myths of reverse mortgage. So you've probably heard some scary stories, maybe, but are they really true?
Yeah.
Right? So today we are going to bust top 10 myths that you've probably heard and share some real facts.
First, I got a question of the day. Why wouldn't the farmer fix his roof?
Oh, my Lord. I don't know. This is Glenn being funny.
All right. He didn't because when it was raining, he couldn't. And then when the sun was out, he didn't need to.
Oh, that is so bad.
Well, the point is to be prepared and take care of things. And a reverse mortgage might be a tool that could help somebody, but they haven't considered just because of these crazy myths and misconceptions. And hang on if this isn't for you, because maybe you know somebody that it could be for.
Yeah, population is aging. One of the reasons we're bringing this up could be a parent, a grandparent, could be yourself, could be an aunt, uncle, a friend. So, my mom got a reverse mortgage at one point in her life, and there are times when it's, a viable option and a good option. Yeah. So let's just, let's debunk some myths.
Sure.
Myth number one.
Yes.
I get a reverse mortgage, I'm going to lose my home.
No. A reverse mortgage is no different than any other loan. In fact, it's very difficult to lose your home on a reverse mortgage because there aren't any payments. You're not making any payments to anybody.
No payment.
You need, just like any other home, you need to pay the taxes and insurance, but that's every home. So
Okay.
you're not going to lose your home. It's just the opposite. It's going to allow you to stay in the home.
Going to allow you to stay. All right. Number two, my heirs will have to pay it back. This is a huge one.
Yeah.
I hear this often. It's like, oh, my kids are going to have to pay this back.
So that's
Is
like,
that true?
No, of course it's not true. The loan is paid back by selling the home. So your heirs have the option to buy that home back, or it can go back to the lender, and the lender can sell. But there's no.
Okay, so wait a minute. So what if I got a reverse mortgage? I had it for like 30 years because, Glenn, I'm going to live till I'm 100 or whatever. Yeah. And so I'm going to live a long time, and I got this reverse mortgage, and I actually owe more than this house is worth.
So that's the risk.
Do my heirs have to pay this back?
No, you do not. That's the risk that the lender is making. And that goes into the conversion and how they figure out how much money that they're going to advance you on that, on the reverse mortgage, how much of that equity you can take up front. Because, no, if it gets above the value of the house, I think FHA is the one that insures the reverse mortgage. They're taking that risk, not you, not your heirs.
It's a government-insured loan. It has a non-recourse, which means they have no recourse against your heirs. So that is a big myth buster right there, because that's what people are super afraid of. Right? Owing more than...
It's much more similar.
Because
much more similar to a regular loan than most people realize.
Okay, well, that's super good. All right. I got bad credit, Glenn. I can't get a loan. That is myth number 3.
So really the qualifying for the reverse mortgage is based on your age and the equity you have. You have to be at least 62 years old. The only time the credit comes into effect is they may require escrow for the taxes and insurance, because they are going to look at your credit. They're not going to ever deny you because your credit is poor. They may just ask for a reserve for the taxes and insurance.
So really it's my age and how much equity I have in my house.
Plus
how much
nothing.
My house
Yes.
worth.
Yeah, right. Those
two. Do I owe anything on it? What I have left over in there, the equity?
Those two plus nothing. Right.
Those two plus nothing. So I don't. So wait a minute. I have to have a job. So you're saying I don't even have to have a job?
You do not have to have a job. No. You don't have to Social Security income, nothing.
Nothing. No income whatsoever. Right. That's huge.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
That's huge. Okay. Wow. So not only do you can have bad credit, you don't have to have a job. How about that? Okay. I can never leave my house to my heirs. I have to give it back to the bank.
No, that's not true at all. The rules say you have to live in this house as your primary residence, and you can't be out of it for more than 12 months.
Okay. So used to be only 6.
Right.
So now they moved it to 12. So that's
you could
way
go
better.
or have a vacation home, go there. If an injury and you're in a rehab facility, you can be there. But if you're permanently out of the house longer than 12 months, then the lender's going to give you an option. They can say, you can pay this loan off and own this house.
Mm-hmm.
You can sell it and take what's left, or you can give it back to us.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's,
Wow.
yeah, that equity is available to your heirs.
So if I only owe to the bank in the reverse mortgage
Mm-hmm.
300 grand and my house is worth 500, I can still access that 200 when I go sell it.
right.
I can have that 200. I can
And
sell my home,
they gave you
pay
a
off the loan,
time frame, right?
and pocket the 200 grand.
Right. Or
Or my heirs can.
yes, or you could refinance it and pay the 200 off and retain the home.
Oh, you give me too many options now. You're
Right.
making my head hurt, Glenn.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. All right, wait a minute. My financial planner will hate me.
No, your financial planner will love you. What? They're the biggest proponents of this because what the home equity, the HECM is the acronym that a reverse mortgage is. It's a home equity conversion mortgage, meaning you're converting that equity into capital.
All right.
And there's different ways, we can get into that later, line of credit, monthly installment, lump sum, all that stuff. But in a sense, you're using the equity of your home to live off rather than spending the money that you have invested. So the financial planners love reverse mortgages.
Financial planners love
Yes, they
reverse
do.
mortgages. I
You
bet you
refer to
didn't
them all
know
the
that.
time, yes.
I bet you didn't know it. Call and ask your financial planner. What myth do you have in your head that we're not covering? We're going to cover some more, but give us a comment. Let us know if you have a question. All right. I will lose all my equity if I get a reverse mortgage. It'll be gone and I'll never be able to get
No,
it back.
again, it's similar to a regular loan. We're going to have a starting point and we're going to add to that every month. We don't always have to add to it if you don't access the capital, but no, you're not going to lose the equity in the house. I mean, if you're there a long time and you take all the money and we talked in the earlier scenario, yes, that's possible, but more
You'd
likely
have to be
it
there a
isn't.
really long
Yes,
time.
right.
Because, the banks aren't going to give you a loan and then with a high risk of you owing more than it's worth.
Right.
They're going to take your age and the value of that house into consideration.
Right.
They have all kinds of charts for how long they estimate you're going to live, right?
Yes,
and how long you may stay there based on your age. And then they formulate what they're going to lend you so that hopefully you're not in that position, because if they get it back, they want to have equity in the house.
Right.
So they're not trying to
really,
position you to suck all the equity out.
But if you did, you really kind of won the game. I mean,
Well, that's true too.
Yes.
You made a payment, you got a reverse mortgage, you lived there for 20 or 30 years, you never made a payment,
Right.
You owe more than the house is worth,
Yes.
and it just goes back to the bank and you win.
Yes, exactly.
It is a scenario where you win.
And to find out this information, it doesn't take long at all. But
Yeah.
what are some other myths?
All right, let's
now
look
I'm
at
having
it.
fun.
Myth number 7. It's only for people who are basically broke.
Not at all. Not at all. A lot of people use this as an investment tool. And again, if you're converting that equity in your home into capital, you're not spending your portfolio that you invested. That's another thing. You don't have to be poor to qualify for a reverse mortgage. Again, it's the age and the equity, nothing else. So you could have $1 million in your investment account, a lot of equity in your house. This thing is growing and doing very well. Let's convert that equity into money and leave that alone.
And live on my house.
Right. Live on that
Pay
equity.
my taxes, pay my insurance, go on a vacation, whatever it is. Pay my health care costs.
Right.
Whatever it might be. Okay, well, that leads me to another myth. Number 9. Am I restricted in what I can do with the money? So you're telling me that in a reverse mortgage, they may actually give me money, not just maybe pay off what I owe, but actually give me money either in sort of a lump over a couple of years' time, or a line of credit, or even just like give me an income every month for the life of my loan,
those
right?
are all great
so you're
options.
saying they're going to give me money. Not only do I not have to make a payment, but they might actually give me money if I choose that option. So am I restricted what I can do with that money?
Heck no.
I mean,
No,
Glenn, I want a way bigger boat than I have.
You could take this money and go to the casino. I wouldn't recommend it, but there are no restrictions.
No restrictions.
It's just, are there restrictions when you go and take out a line of credit from a credit union or a bank? It's similar to that. And really, why should they restrict you? You're accessing the equity of your home. So there are no restrictions.
Huh. Very interesting. Okay, I hope that busted a myth for you. And number 10. I have to have my house paid off in order to get a reverse mortgage.
No, not at all. In fact, a lot of people use the reverse mortgage as a tool not to have a payment. So they've got a lot of equity. They still have a mortgage on the home. This reverse mortgage can retire that mortgage so you're not paying the payment anymore.
That payment goes away.
Right, that goes away. So again, it's going to eat into that equity, how much money you might get on a monthly basis, line of credit or capital. That's going to be affected by the amount of principal that you have on your current mortgage. But it does not have to be. You do not have to own your own free and clear.
You do not have
No,
to
and
own
it's
your
a
own.
great advantage to people that do have a mortgage and maybe are struggling because, again, this is the loan that doesn't have any payments.
You know, this is one of the reasons, and we'll talk more about this really next week. Why would I ever want to get one?
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons my mom got one. It retired her debt and retired her payment. It gave her a big lump sum, which they let you do at the time.
It allowed her to stay in the
and
house.
allowed her to stay in the house. So
Right.
it was, you know, there are reasons, but I like your financial angle too, that some people actually use it
Heck yeah.
as a financial tool to not tap into their investments.
It's huge.
So that's
Yeah.
super interesting.
So I think next time we're going to get into a little bit about the process. And the thing I love about these loans, there's a lot of education that goes on. There's a lot of counseling. There's a lot of, you take a class. I brought a proposal in that we kind of reviewed. We do a great job at Guild of explaining the process. And just because you look into it, there's a lot of people that I talk to about these, it's not right for them. So I can't wait till the next podcast. This was more fun than I thought.
There you go. I hoped it was helpful for debunking 10 myths about reverse mortgages.
Yeah, we did.
And again, let us know if you have some that we haven't covered, or maybe what you found eye-opening. And then next week, we are going to cover why would I ever get one and when would it be right for me. So
Perfect.
until next week, I'm your host, Angela Dillman, here at Keller Williams Realty Chesterfield, and this is my wealth building partner.
Glenn Calvin at Guild Mortgage.
We are here to help you build wealth
Live your dream lifestyle.
and leave legacies that matter. We'll see you next week.
All right.